look at the future from a standpoint of probabilities. It's like a branching stream of probabilities, and there are actions that we can take that affect those probabilities, or that accelerate one thing or slow down another thing.
In a world where energy innovation seems to have reached its peak, Elon Musk has just dropped a bombshell that could turn everything we know upside down. Imagine an engine that runs entirely on water. Yes, water. Musk's latest announcement promises to revolutionize not just the automotive industry, but the entire global energy landscape. This isn't some distant dream or a pipe dream reserved for science fiction. This is real, and it's happening now. With Tesla leading the charge, the impossible is becoming possible. Get ready, because what Musk is about to reveal will shatter expectations and forever change the future of energy and transportation. The vision behind the water engine. Sustainable energy alternatives, which seek to lessen humanity's dependence on fossil fuels, have long been advocated by Elon Musk. Tesla and SpaceX have been his primary business endeavors. His vision for a future with plentiful and sustainable energy consumption was further expanded with the invention of the water-powered engine. The creation of hydrogen through electrolysis is the fundamental principle behind using water as a fuel source. Gases of hydrogen and oxygen can be produced by separating water, which consists of 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. An eco-friendly substitute for conventional fossil fuels, hydrogen generates no emissions other than water vapor when burned. The fact that Musk is investing in this technology shows how serious he is about hastening the global shift to renewable energy. In addition to helping the environment, the water engine solves the economic and geopolitical problems caused by our reliance on fossil fuels. The necessity for alternative energy sources has been brought to light by the environmental impact of oil extraction techniques and the instability of oil prices. A viable option is water, which is both plentiful and renewable. A clean, universally available energy source is what Musk has in mind when he talks of a future where cars run on water. To spearhead the movement toward a more sustainable and environmentally friendly future, Musk plans to make this technology widely available and inexpensive. There has never been an audacious move like the water engine to encourage energy autonomy while also decreasing carbon emissions. The future of energy usage and entire industries could be altered by its growth. As Musk moves forward with this bold vision, the world watches closely. Will this revolutionary water engine live up to its promise? The path to energy independence and sustainability is full of challenges, but with Musk at the helm, the potential for a cleaner, greener world could be closer than we think. The water engine's scientific basis. Hydrogen fuel cells, which produce energy by reacting hydrogen with oxygen, are the basis of the water engine's operation. Here, water vapor is the sole byproduct of the reaction between hydrogen gas and atmospheric oxygen, which results in the generation of electricity. This approach is in contrast to the more conventional internal combustion engines, which produce pollution as they burn fossil fuels. It used to be that electrolysis and other older ways of producing hydrogen used a lot more energy than the energy it really produced. This inefficiency is the main reason why hydrogen hasn't been used as much as other fuel sources. In order to decrease the amount of energy needed to create hydrogen, Musk's team has created a more efficient electrolysis method by utilizing modern materials and cutting-edge technologies. This innovation makes the water engine a practical and efficient power source. The fuel cell receives its hydrogen supply from high-pressure tanks after production. An electric motor can be powered by the fuel cell, which uses hydrogen and oxygen from the air to generate energy. Faster refilling times and wider driving ranges are just 2 of the many benefits this system offers over conventional electric vehicles. Fueling a hydrogen-powered vehicle takes only minutes, unlike electric vehicles driven by batteries, which can take hours. This makes them far more convenient for long-distance travel. Another innovative feature of the water engine is its ability to collect and reuse the water vapor that is released by the fuel cell. This vapor is then transformed back into liquid water and may be used for electrolysis once more. This closed-loop system is among the most environmentally friendly power systems ever created due to its high efficiency and low water consumption. The water engine enhances resource efficiency and offers a clean energy source by incorporating this technology. With Tesla's new water engine, the once impossible is becoming possible. But can this cutting-edge technology make a real-world impact on a large scale? If Musk's team can perfect this process, it could unlock the future of energy production, one that's cleaner, faster, and more sustainable. Will this breakthrough in electrolysis be the key to transforming the global energy sector? Conquering obstacles. A number of formidable obstacles must be surmounted in order for a water engine to be developed. Hydrogen generation efficiency is one of the main challenges. Hydrogen is not a viable fuel source for most uses since conventional electrolysis processes are expensive and energy-consuming. But with Tesla's new tech, electrolysis will be much more efficient and cheaper, which might make hydrogen a mass-market fuel. Hydrogen storage is a further obstacle. Because of its tremendous flammability, hydrogen gas must be stored and handled with extreme caution. A new, more secure and lightweight hydrogen storage tank has been designed by Tesla. This tank is designed to store hydrogen safely and effectively. It is made from innovative composite materials that can tolerate extreme temperatures and pressures. Also, there aren't a ton of hydrogen fueling stations around, so it can be difficult to fill up your vehicle. Following in the footsteps of its successful electric vehicle supercharger network, Tesla has revealed intentions to construct a network of hydrogen refueling stations. To make sure that Tesla's water-powered cars can be filled up easily, these stations will be placed in prime urban areas and along important highways. One obstacle to hydrogen's widespread use is the public's negative impression of the fuel. Some people don't believe hydrogen is safe to use, while others think it's not as practical as other fuels. Hydrogen is a safer and better alternative to gasoline and electric batteries, but Tesla has to persuade people of this. This will necessitate a substantial investment in advertising and public outreach, but with Tesla's history of groundbreaking products and unwavering customer confidence, it is an achievable goal. The engineering marvels behind Tesla's water engine. The revolutionary unique fuel cell that powers Tesla's water engine is more efficient, lighter, and smaller than anything else available. An innovative catalyst greatly accelerates the hydrogen-oxygen reaction in this fuel cell, allowing it to generate more power with less byproduct. A fuel cell with improved efficiency and increased durability, one that can last hundreds of thousands of miles of continuous use without deterioration, is the end product. Using cutting-edge materials, Tesla has created an electrolysis cell that requires far less energy. The catalysts in conventional electrolysis cells are typically platinum or other costly metals. However, Tesla's new cell uses a proprietary alloy that is both more cost-effective and environmentally friendly. Thanks to this breakthrough, hydrogen production could become competitive with diesel and gasoline in terms of cost. Another technical wonder is the car itself. The hydroelectric vehicle from Tesla is incredibly fuel-efficient thanks to its ultralight chassis constructed from carbon fiber and high-strength aluminum. The vehicle's performance and range are further improved by its aerodynamic design, which reduces drag. A revolutionary change in energy and transportation is brought about by Tesla's water-powered vehicle, which is equipped with state-of-the-art infotainment systems and advanced driver assistance technologies. Combining revolutionary materials, groundbreaking engineering, and next-generation technology, it's not merely an advance over previous technologies, it's an entirely new approach. Thanks to Tesla's legendary engineering, this new water-powered engine is both economical and incredibly practical. This exemplifies how Musk and his team are revolutionizing energy technology by breaking new ground. This car can hold its own against more conventional vehicles in terms of performance, longevity, and range, and it is also environmentally friendly. It is possible that the architecture of the water engine will alter the whole transportation scene. Thanks to Tesla's innovative thinking and technological advances, this new engine has the potential to pave the way for fossil fuel-free transportation in the future, bringing us one step closer to Musk's goal of sustainable energy. As far as Musk is concerned, this is a huge step toward more environmentally friendly energy and transportation options. As the team tackles challenges like hydrogen storage and infrastructure, the question remains, how quickly will the world embrace this breakthrough technology? The answers are on the horizon, but only time will tell if they're ready to reshape the future. The impact on the automotive industry. The automotive industry is still reeling from Elon Musk's water engine revelation. The arrival of a water-powered engine introduces a whole new line of rivalry, even if electric vehicles have dominated the discussion for years. There is growing pressure on traditional manufacturers to embrace electric vehicles. If they don't, they risk falling behind in the battle to create sustainable and efficient transportation solutions. Hydrogen technology presents an attractive alternative. Electric vehicles have been on the rise for a while now, with manufacturers pouring resources into improving battery technology and building out charging infrastructure. The range and charge time of electric vehicles are two of its main drawbacks. By providing the advantages of hydrogen fuel cells, such as short refilling periods and greater driving ranges, the water-powered engine might, on the other hand, eradicate these worries. Current electric vehicle manufacturers may feel even more pressure to upgrade their products as a result of this. There might be a major change in the future of car powertrains if hydrogen turns out to be an effective and superior fuel source. Changes in the dynamics of the car supply chain are also hinted to by the announcement. As hydrogen-powered vehicles gain popularity, traditional fuel producers, including oil and gas, may notice a decline in demand. Also, businesses that focus on hydrogen fuel cell technology can pose a serious threat to electric car battery manufacturers. Because of this, the car industry may see new entrants and established businesses changing directions to stay relevant. Other companies may reevaluate their approaches to sustainable mobility if Tesla continues to dominate the market for hydrogen fuel. Companies which were previously wary of investing heavily in electric vehicles owing to infrastructure or cost issues may now consider hydrogen as a more realistic way to fulfill future demands. As a result, the water engine developed by Tesla has the potential to significantly impact how the car industry addresses environmental concerns, such as the development of new green technologies and the reduction of emissions of greenhouse gases. The predicted effect on the car industry is revolutionary. Hydrogen and electric vehicle rivalry, the possibility of new entrants, and the re-evaluation of conventional fuel models will shape the industry for the foreseeable future. Tesla's innovative engineering is pushing boundaries like never before. But how will the automotive world respond to such a groundbreaking design? With its high-performance capabilities and eco-friendly design, the water engine could redefine what we expect from our vehicles. As this technology progresses, will it be the game-changer that ushers in a new era of sustainable driving? Advantages for the environment and long-term viability. Elon Musk's water engine will have far-reaching consequences for the ecosystem. The launch of a hydrogen-powered vehicle, which uses water as its main fuel source, presents a potential answer to decrease carbon emissions worldwide as the globe struggles with the effects of climate change. One of the most environmentally friendly modes of propulsion is the water engine, which, in contrast to conventional internal combustion engines, solely releases water vapor as a waste product. Reducing air pollution and boosting public health could be major consequences for cities and communities globally. About a quarter of all greenhouse gas emissions come from the transportation sector, making it one of the worst polluters in the world. One way Musk's water engine could contribute to achieving the targets established by global climate accords is by significantly reducing these emissions. The water engine might drastically reduce transportation's carbon footprint by 2050, providing a renewable fuel source that is both clean and efficient. This is of the utmost importance because numerous nations are currently committing to lofty goals of reaching carbon neutrality by the year 2050. Achieving these aims may become more realistic with the widespread adoption of water-powered vehicles. Also, Musk's technology doesn't require oil drilling and extraction, which can be harmful to the environment because it uses water as fuel. The reliance on fossil fuels has several negative outcomes, such as oil spills, habitat loss, and pollution of both the air and water. Reduced oil demand, preservation of natural habitats, and protection of biodiversity are all ways in which the water engine may contribute to their alleviation. A fully closed-loop energy system may be created by producing hydrogen using renewable energy sources such as solar and wind, which would further increase the water engine's sustainability. Additionally, This cutting-edge equipment encourages people to use less water. Particularly in the fossil fuel extraction and refining procedures, traditional fuel processes can use up a lot of water. As an alternative, the water engine collects water vapor and turns it back into a liquid state for electrolysis using a closed-loop system. This method makes the engine more environmentally friendly since it drastically cuts down on water consumption. There is a growing need for more responsible and sustainable energy practices, such as minimizing water usage in energy generation, to alleviate the growing strains on world water supplies. It is possible that Musk's water-powered engine will revolutionize the way we generate and use energy, with far-reaching positive effects on the environment. A cleaner, greener, and more sustainable world for years to come can be achieved through the use of this technology, which is a daring move towards solving the climate catastrophe. Potential impact on the economy and changes in the market. Both the automobile industry and the international energy market stand to benefit greatly from Tesla's water engine. Hydrogen fuels manufacturing and storage inefficiencies have prevented it from becoming widely used, despite its long-term promise as a game-changer. The possibility of hydrogen's widespread replacement of fossil fuels was previously only a science fiction concept, but it has now become a reality thanks to Tesla's development of a more efficient and inexpensive water-powered engine. An enormous change in energy production and consumption might occur, which would have far-reaching economic consequences. The world's reliance on coal and oil, the two main sources of carbon emissions, might be significantly diminished with the introduction of hydrogen, a renewable and environmentally friendly fuel. Major economic shifts may occur in countries that rely on oil as a fuel source as they move toward hydrogen. The proliferation of hydrogen-powered cars has the potential to drastically reduce demand for conventional fuels, which would lead to a decline in oil prices and a re-evaluation of national economic strategies in many nations. Meanwhile, nations that have plenty of renewable energy might become the world's top producers of hydrogen, which would open up new markets and make energy distribution more fair. Even more upheaval for the conventional car business might be on the horizon with the debut of Tesla's water engine. Known for its innovative electric vehicle technology, Tesla is expanding its lineup to include hydrogen-powered automobiles. The building, manufacturing, and energy industries might see a surge in employment as a result of this new technological wave's potential demand for new infrastructure, such as hydrogen refueling stations. The current vehicle industry may have to change its strategy to accommodate the new hydrogen-powered mobility paradigm, while businesses that focus on producing, storing, and transporting hydrogen may experience a surge in demand. Over time, consumers may find that water-powered vehicles are less expensive than conventional electric automobiles. The production technique of hydrogen fuel cells makes them more expensive upfront, but with cheaper fuel and less need for costly, ecologically harmful elements like lithium, the total cost of ownership may be reduced. The fact that hydrogen-powered vehicles can be filled up in minutes rather than hours makes them more practical for regular people compared to electric automobiles. In the long run, the water engine has the potential to democratize energy, meaning that people of all income levels will be able to affordably and environmentally travel. Elon Musk's water-powered engine is set to turn the automotive world upside down. Will legacy automakers adapt, or will new players emerge to take over? As the future of transportation begins to unfold, the ripple effects of this innovation are only just starting to be felt. Who will lead the charge in this new automotive revolution? The role of renewable energy in Tesla's water engine. Due to its heavy reliance on renewable energy, Tesla's water-powered engine is both environmentally friendly and sustainable in the long run. The separation of hydrogen and oxygen from water using electrolysis is an extremely energy-intensive process. The novel technology proposed by Tesla seeks to power the electrolysis process using renewable energy sources like solar or wind power, as opposed to the inefficient and typically fossil fuel-powered previous methods. Because of this, the water engine may be used in conjunction with Tesla's current renewable energy systems and is an eco-friendly substitute for diesel and gasoline. For the water engine to be genuinely sustainable, renewable energy must be included into the hydrogen manufacturing process. An eco-friendly way to make hydrogen is how Tesla does it. They use solar energy to fuel the electrolysis process. This is a huge leap forward from the old ways of making hydrogen, which frequently used coal and natural gas. In addition, Tesla's focus on renewable energy is in line with its larger objective to hasten the global shift to sustainable power. A comprehensive energy ecosystem that reduces environmental damage and promotes sustainability in the long run could be achieved by combining renewable energy sources with the water engine. The expanding solar panel and energy storage network owned by Tesla may also be crucial to the development of hydrogen in the years to come. Based on its existing solar power infrastructure, Tesla is in a prime position to develop a closed-loop energy system. This system would involve converting solar power into hydrogen, which would then power the water engine. The excess energy could then be stored and utilized to power homes or businesses. It is feasible to power houses and automobiles fully with renewable, sustainable sources using this integrated approach to energy production and consumption, which has the potential to change our perspective on energy in the 21st century. The potential of water-powered vehicles is growing in tandem with the advancement and decreasing cost of renewable energy sources. At the front of this change is Tesla's water engine, which uses renewable energy sources in conjunction with state-of-the-art hydrogen technology to produce an eco-friendly substitute for conventional fossil fuels. In addition to cutting down on emissions, this strategy does away with the need for polluting and expensive energy extraction techniques like drilling and mining. With Tesla at the forefront, the water engine offers a novel approach to the energy problem and has the potential to make a big splash in the fight for a greener, more sustainable future. The environmental impact of Musk's water engine could be monumental, but how will it stack up against the challenges of global adoption? If this technology can truly reduce our carbon footprint and protect natural ecosystems, we might be looking at a cleaner, more sustainable future. The question is, will the world embrace this game-changing technology before it's too late? The roadblocks and challenges to mass adoption. The water engine developed by Tesla has enormous promise, but there are a number of major obstacles that must be overcome before the technology can find widespread use. A major obstacle is the infrastructure needed to produce and replenish hydrogen. Presently, there is very little infrastructure for hydrogen fueling, despite Tesla's intentions to construct a network of such stations. Worldwide, there is a severe shortage of hydrogen stations, and many places, particularly in rural areas, do not have the infrastructure to accommodate hydrogen-powered cars. Building a trustworthy network of hydrogen stations that can accommodate the widespread use of water-powered vehicles will necessitate substantial funding from the government and Tesla. The production expense is another obstacle. There needs to be a lot more money put into Tesla's new electrolysis technology so it can scale up and make hydrogen cheaper. It is not yet apparent if Tesla's water engine will be able to reach cost parity with conventional fuels, such as gasoline and diesel, because hydrogen production is still more expensive than these alternatives. Due to the intricacy of the technologies required, hydrogen-powered vehicles may initially have a higher price tag than electric vehicles. A combination of reduced prices, increased efficiencies, and public education regarding the advantages of hydrogen fuel will be necessary to persuade customers to make the transition from conventional or electric vehicles to water-powered cars. Because of its extreme combustibility, hydrogen fuel is another material whose use raises safety problems. Hydrogen is a safety concern that must be resolved when the technology is expanded, despite the fact that Tesla's sophisticated storage tanks and safety features are intended to reduce dangers. Extensive safety testing and public education will be necessary for Tesla to overcome public worries about the safety of hydrogen, which is expected to be a major obstacle. A critical component in promoting consumer adoption of hydrogen-powered vehicles is guaranteeing their safety on par with that of electric or gasoline-powered vehicles. Lastly, we have the matter of competitiveness. The water engine developed by Tesla is revolutionary, but it is far from the only vehicle powered by hydrogen that is currently in the works. Toyota and Hyundai aren't the only automakers experimenting with hydrogen fuel cell technology. these three could end up challenging Tesla for the lead in the hydrogen vehicle industry. If Tesla wants to keep its water engine at the forefront of the clean energy transportation market and keep ahead of the competition, it will need to keep inventing and developing its technology. The future of the water engine. The future of Tesla's water engine is bright, even though there will be obstacles. With his water engine, Elon Musk may take clean energy and sustainable transportation to the next level, continuing a trend that has already shaken up other industries. The possibility of a future where water, an abundant and renewable resource, powers vehicles has the ability to revolutionize our perspective on energy and transportation. We could be living in a cleaner, more sustainable society if the water engine can replace conventional engines powered by gasoline and diesel. For the water engine to fulfill its potential, the coming years will be pivotal. In order to make their technology suitable for widespread use, Tesla will have to increase manufacturing, build out their infrastructure, and keep improving it. The water engine may not be the most obvious choice for transportation in the future, but with Musk leading the charge and Tesla's history of groundbreaking innovations, it just might be. In the long run, switching to hydrogen-powered cars would lessen our reliance on fossil fuels, slow down the pace of climate change, and cut emissions of greenhouse gases around the world. It has the potential to provide millions of employment and spur economic growth in emerging sectors like hydrogen manufacturing and refueling infrastructure. A more sustainable and egalitarian world may be within our reach, and the water engine is a symbol of that hopeful future. Elon Musk's quest for clean, sustainable energy solutions will undoubtedly propel transportation and energy technologies forward, regardless of whether the water engine materializes or stays a lofty idea. Innovation and foresight may transform the world, as demonstrated by Tesla's water engine and other recent innovations. Breaking down the competitors' responses to Tesla's water engine. A water-powered engine has been announced by Tesla, and the car industry is preparing for a possible revolution. Although Tesla has consistently been at the forefront of innovation, this water engine has the potential to make even the biggest corporations rethink their whole strategy for sustainable energy. Electric vehicle producers, conventional gas and diesel vehicle manufacturers, and others in the automotive industry will all need to carefully consider how to react to this new threat. Toyota and other companies that have put a lot of money into hydrogen fuel cell research may see Tesla's water engine as an opportunity and a danger. As one of the few commercially accessible hydrogen vehicles, Toyota's Mirai model has been at the forefront of the hydrogen-powered vehicle industry for quite some time. One major obstacle to broad use of hydrogen, meanwhile, has always been its manufacturing efficiency. The revolutionary electrolysis technology developed by Tesla has the potential to drastically cut the price of hydrogen production, opening the market to its widespread adoption. Toyota must change its approach and maybe speed up its own hydrogen vehicle projects if it wants to remain competitive. Additionally, Tesla's water-powered engine has the potential to alter the competitive environment in the electric vehicle market. Although electric vehicles, EVs, have emerged as the preferred method of cutting down on carbon emissions, there are still issues with their range and charging durations. Compared to the water engine, which has a larger range and can be refueled in minutes, electric vehicles may appear impractical. To stay up with Tesla's advancements, other electric vehicle-focused automakers like Rivian, Ford, and GM may have to change their strategy or speed up their work on hydrogen-powered vehicles. Companies that deal in conventional fuels are also beginning to feel the heat. The long dominant oil and gas companies are now confronting a dramatic change in consumer demand. The increasing popularity of electric and hydrogen vehicles can lead to a drop in revenue for these corporations as hydrogen fuel cells gain ground. In order to stay afloat in this ever-shifting market, they might have to diversify their offerings to incorporate renewable energy solutions like hydrogen generation. Companies that are unable to adapt to the changing energy landscape due to Tesla's innovations risk being left behind. One thing is certain: Tesla's water engine is causing a seismic shift in the conventional energy and transportation industries. How exactly these sectors will react is anyone's guess. Whether electric vehicles continue to reign supreme or hydrogen-powered vehicles take the lead will be decided in the coming years. Regardless of the result, the level of competitiveness is rapidly increasing. Public reception and the road to widespread adoption. The water-powered engine developed by Tesla is only the latest example of how public opinion can make or break a new technological innovation. Many are naturally dubious about the practicality of a water-powered engine because the concept has been the stuff of science fiction for decades. However, public approval is likely to be strong due to Musk's record of delivering on ambitious promises and Tesla's reputation for innovation. Getting the word out about the advantages of a water-powered engine will definitely be difficult. The idea of hydrogen fuel has always been met with skepticism, mostly because of worries over its storage, production costs, and safety. Addressing these issues directly and providing comprehensive information about the technology's operation and safety is crucial if Tesla wants to gain mainstream acceptance. Hydrogen is a very combustible gas. Thus, it will be essential to persuade people that vehicles driven by water are as safe as those propelled by gasoline. Overcoming these safety problems will be greatly aided by Tesla's endeavors to construct better storage tanks and refilling infrastructure. It is important to inform consumers about the water engine's environmental benefits, in addition to its safety features. The environmental benefits of electric vehicles have been well publicized, but hydrogen fuel cells provide an even more eco-friendly option. The water engine has the potential to significantly lessen transportation's impact on the environment by emitting only water vapor. A potential solution to the problem of poor air quality and pollution in towns and nations is the use of water-powered vehicles. If Tesla wants to attract customers who are worried about sustainability and climate change, it needs to emphasize the water engine's environmental benefits. Cost is another consideration. In the beginning, water-powered vehicles might cost more than regular electric vehicles, even if Tesla's new electrolysis technology claims to make hydrogen manufacturing more economical. Customers must perceive that the advantages, be it reduced expenses in the long run, enhanced environmental friendliness, or enhanced performance, surpass the price tag. A strong infrastructure of hydrogen filling stations, along with incentives and rebates, can significantly reduce the barrier to entry and promote widespread use. Scaling the technology. Challenges in production and infrastructure. The water engine has great potential, but it has a number of industrial and logistical hurdles that must be overcome before it can be mass-produced. The most fundamental problem is that hydrogen production is still very much an issue. Despite being more efficient than earlier approaches, Tesla's new electrolysis technology still demands a substantial amount of energy. The water engine can't claim to be environmentally friendly unless this power comes from sustainable resources like the sun or the wind. To keep the water engine a viable long-term substitute for fossil fuels, Tesla's vast solar infrastructure might be crucial. Building hydrogen refueling stations is another obstacle. Although Tesla intends to construct its own network of hydrogen filling stations, there is now very little infrastructure for hydrogen, and it will take a lot of money to set up a comprehensive network. The majority of the world's few hydrogen refueling stations are located in just a few select areas. This network must grow quickly if the water engine is to gain widespread acceptance. The rate of adoption of the water engine is highly dependent on the cost of building these stations and making sure they are strategically located. From a production standpoint, Tesla must increase production of the water-powered vehicles. Starting production runs can be costly, and it can be difficult to scale up to meet demand, as is typical with new technologies. But with its electric vehicle manufacturing prowess and track record of rapid production scaling, Tesla may be able to fulfill the demand for water-powered vehicles in the years to come. The problem of supply chain limitations comes up last. Despite the abundance of hydrogen, the production process may encounter difficulties due to the materials required to make the fuel cells, which include platinum and other rare metals. In order to keep fuel cell production prices down, Tesla will have to keep innovating and make sure these materials are readily available. Further effort and time will be needed to master the unique components and manufacturing processes needed for Tesla's water-powered vehicles. A global shift. How the water engine could change the world. The deployment of Tesla's water engine might completely transform the energy landscape on a worldwide scale, not limited to the car industry. If it works, it might change everyone's perspective on fuel and energy usage. A renewable and abundant energy source, water, could replace the world's reliance on finite and ecologically destructive fossil fuels. Such a change might have far-reaching consequences, altering the geopolitical, economic, and ecological landscapes in ways that are difficult to fathom. To start, energy markets would feel the full force of the storm. Economic economies that are highly dependent on oil production and exports would be hit hard if hydrogen were to displace gasoline and diesel on a worldwide scale. This would lead to a decline in oil prices. Significant economic changes would occur in countries with substantial oil reserves, such as the US, Russia, and Saudi Arabia, as their dependence on oil exports would decrease. Meanwhile, nations that are well endowed with renewable energy sources, like wind and solar, have a chance to become the global leaders in hydrogen production. This might lead to the emergence of new markets and economic growth potential. Additionally, there would be substantial environmental advantages. The shift away from fossil fuels and toward renewable energy sources has the potential to have far-reaching consequences for global warming. One of the leading causes of global warming is the transportation sector. Switching to an engine that runs on water might significantly cut down on emissions. A more concerted effort towards sustainability on a global scale, as well as healthier communities, may result from this. Additionally, the water engine is a step in the direction of energy equality. Musk has long argued that renewable energy should not be reserved for the wealthy. Water is a great fuel source for the masses because it is abundant and cheap. Tesla has the potential to democratize energy by providing a sustainable alternative to existing fuels and lowering the cost of hydrogen production. This might allow communities and countries who have been disadvantaged by the fossil fuel economy to access energy. Will the water engine become the new standard? Looking ahead, we can see that getting Tesla's water engine to mainstream adoption would be difficult, but the rewards could be well worth it. Elon Musk has been a trailblazer in invention for as long as anybody can remember, and his plans for a sustainable future might revolutionize whole sectors of the economy and our daily lives. The foundation is already in place for a future that is cleaner, greener, and more sustainable. But there are still challenges to solve, especially with hydrogen production, infrastructure, and customer acceptability. Only time will tell if the water engine becomes the norm, but if it does, it has the potential to change the way we see energy, transportation, and the environment forever. We might be entering a new age where hydrogen-powered vehicles are more than just a theoretical possibility, thanks to Tesla's pioneering spirit. One thing is certain. The water engine is a daring move toward a cleaner, more sustainable society. Whether Musk's ambitious goal can be realized in the coming years is another matter entirely. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Elon Musk's groundbreaking water engine, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss out on the latest updates. What are your thoughts on this revolutionary technology? Drop a comment below and let us know. And remember, for more incredible stories and the most exciting developments in tech, be sure to click on the next video right here on your screen. Thanks for watching.